And our nenext story, interestingly enough, actually ties right into
we didn't plan it that way.
right into what Chip was talking about, and it's how to deliver good customer service, and it comes at it from kind of an interesting angle.
Yeah.
So maybe some of you have worked in a consumer-oriented business. Maybe you've worked in retail, counter sales, that sort of stuff. Maybe consumer product manufacturing, consumer customer service, and so forth. Very often, one of the perks of those jobs for working for a consumer company is freebies, free products, free services, maybe free cable or free cellular, right? That's offered by that company. Or maybe even being moved to the front of the line for service issues because you are a company employee. Maybe you get first shot at a new product, or if you have a problem with your product or service, you have an insider that you can call and get you up and running more quickly. And that sounds great, right? I mean, who doesn't like freebies, especially as an employee? A lot of times those are some of the perks that companies hand out. Well, it's great for you, the consumer. But maybe there's a downside to this. Maybe there's a downside to companies giving employees freebies or preferential service. In his article, Why Employee Freebies Are Bad for Quality, author Arun Hariharan makes the case that these freebies actually mask problems from the company. I mean, how do you know what your customers are experiencing if you don't experience that product or service in the same way that the customer experiences? There is nothing quite like an employee going through the same customer service experience that their customers do.
We talk about it all the time, the customer journey, right?
Exactly, it's the customer journey. I mean, just think of all the conversations that you have had with your cable TV or your wireless vendor. Wouldn't it be nice if the customer service reps had the experience of spending 3 or 4 or 5 minutes working their way through the recordings and the crazy long phone trees just to arrive at the wrong department?
Right.
We've all done that. It just drives you insane. Wouldn't it be nice if employees had to experience billing mistakes or try to decipher strange charges on their bill? If companies did that, I think you would see customer experience improve across the board. And this is exactly what Hariharan's talking about in his article. And he gives an example of a wireless company that he works with, that had a no freebies policy. At that company, many employees were actual customers who paid for the company's products. When they had a problem, they contacted customer support just like any other customer. These companies provided neither freebies nor shortcuts to employees. Naturally, this enabled the employees to relate better to issues raised by their customers. And further, the no freebies policy enabled employees to improve the company's processes whenever they themselves encountered a problem, leading to continuous improvement month after month and year after year. See, all of that disappears when employee freebies get employee freebies and special treatment. Haven't you noticed, quipped Hariharan, how you can understand a problem better and often also come up with a better solution when you are personally affected by the problem? Now, his suggestion is that instead of freebies, you increase your employees' wages a bit and let them purchase the product or service that you provide. Let them experience your product from the customer's perspective. Like you said, let them take the customer journey. And it's really an interesting thought. It's kind of like, well, when you think about it that way, it's kind of a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let the employees have that same experience, then they can feed that back into your processes.
Well, because it's exactly what he said. I mean, how many times have you or I or anybody of us out there have gone through a really frustrating customer service experience and said, what they need to do is X.
Right.
And if I was in charge of that company, I would do this.
Right.
Well, if you are in the company, you have a better shot at leveraging that knowledge to make some actual changes.
Yeah.
But you never know that if you don't go through the process of getting a mistake on your bill or having to call somebody in customer call center and figure out how they're handling these issues.
Yeah.
You're never going to know if you don't know. So,
exactly. I know.
And Arun knows that too, and I think that's really important to keep that perspective. And there's a lot of value there. And the idea of giving them a little extra money to do that is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. You're not taking away the benefit. You're just changing it into a benefit that actually can give you some information.
There you go. Or even you could even, let's say you're a wireless company. You could say, okay, look, show us proof that you're using our service,
Right.
and we will put $50 into your paycheck extra, just to offset it a little
Sure.
bit. But, so in other words, they're still getting that spiff, right? But all they're doing it through the back end. They're just saying, okay, we'll give you a little something, but you have to prove, first of all, that you're using our products. That gets more people using their product within the company.
And as far as the billing department knows, they're just another customer. They're just another person,
That's
and
right.
they get the same exact experience their customers will.
Yep.
Really great idea. Really great idea.
All right.
All right.